In modern rugby, the biggest talking point is no longer just who scored the most spectacular try or who dominated the breakdown. Instead, a growing debate is raising an important question across the sport. Are the players still deciding the biggest test matches, or have referees, TMOs, and disciplinary decisions started having too much influence on the final result? That discussion has become even louder following the latest Nations Championship fixtures, where multiple yellow and red cards once again changed the momentum of several international games. Former Wallabies head coach Ewan McKenzie has now added his voice to the conversation, arguing that the current sanctioning system deserves a serious review. His comments are not about removing discipline from rugby or allowing dangerous play to go unpunished. Instead, they focus on whether the balance between player safety, fairness, and maintaining a competitive contest has shifted too far in one direction. According to McKenzie, modern rugby has reached a stage where a single yellow card can dramatically alter the outcome of a test match. Playing with one fewer player for 10 minutes creates enormous pressure on the defending team. In today's fast-paced international game, where attacking systems are more accurate than ever and teams are capable of moving the ball quickly into space, even a short numerical disadvantage can become extremely costly. In many recent matches, teams have conceded 1 or even 2 tries during a single sin bin period, turning a closely contested battle into one that suddenly becomes very difficult to recover from. For coaches, players, and supporters, those moments often feel like the defining point of the contest. During a recent discussion on the Rugby Unity podcast, legendary former All Blacks coach Sir Steve Hansen shared similar concerns. He explained that every time a team loses a player for 10 minutes, the impact is often visible almost immediately on the scoreboard. Beyond the points that may be conceded, the remaining 14 players must work significantly harder to cover extra space, defend wider channels, and maintain their attacking structure despite being a player short. Even after the suspended player returns to the field, the physical effort required during those 10 minutes can continue to affect performance for the rest of the match. That combination of scoreboard pressure and increased fatigue makes recovering from a yellow card increasingly difficult at the highest level. Rather than suggesting that foul play should be ignored, Hansen proposed exploring an idea already familiar in another version of the sport. Rugby League has long used an on-report system for certain incidents. Under that approach, referees can still penalize an offense during the match without automatically removing a player from the field. The incident is then reviewed after the game by an independent judiciary, which can decide whether further sanctions such as suspensions or fines are appropriate. The purpose is to punish misconduct while minimizing unnecessary disruption to the contest itself. Hansen believes rugby union could at least examine whether a similar system might improve the balance between discipline and competitive fairness. McKenzie supported that view, arguing that the current consequences of many yellow cards have become disproportionately severe. In his opinion, rugby should continue protecting player welfare while also ensuring that matches remain genuine contests decided primarily by skill, strategy, and execution rather than repeated numerical imbalances. He pointed to examples from other sports where dismissals do not always produce the same immediate impact on the scoreboard. While every sport has its own unique rules and dynamics, his broader point was that rugby should carefully evaluate whether its current disciplinary system is achieving the right balance between deterrence and fairness. The conversation also reflects how much international rugby has evolved over the past decade. Teams now spend countless hours analyzing opponents through video review, developing highly structured attacking patterns, and maximizing every small advantage on the field. When a defense loses one player, those attacking systems are often designed specifically to exploit the extra space with remarkable efficiency. As a result, what may once have been a manageable disadvantage can now become an almost inevitable scoring opportunity. This evolution has led some experienced coaches to question whether the original intention behind temporary suspensions still produces the desired outcome in today's game. At the same time, many supporters, former players, and officials believe the current system remains an essential part of rugby's commitment to player safety. High tackles, dangerous clearouts, and reckless contact continue to be major concerns for the sport. Over recent years, governing bodies have introduced stricter interpretations to reduce the risk of head injuries and encourage safer tackling techniques. From this perspective, meaningful in-game sanctions are viewed as necessary because they create an immediate consequence that encourages players to maintain safe standards under pressure. Without that immediate punishment, some argue there would be less incentive to avoid dangerous actions during critical moments of a match. This is why the discussion has become so complex. On one side are those who believe strong sanctions are essential for protecting players and preserving rugby's long-term future. On the other are respected figures like Mackenzie and Hansen, who are not asking for discipline to disappear but instead questioning whether the current methods unintentionally place too much emphasis on officiating decisions rather than the performances of the athletes themselves. Both perspectives ultimately share a common goal: making rugby safer while also ensuring that international matches remain entertaining, competitive, and fair. The latest Nations Championship weekend provided several examples that fueled this debate. Across the tournament, officials issued multiple yellow and red cards, creating lengthy periods where teams were forced to defend with reduced numbers. Every card naturally attracted detailed analysis from commentators, coaches, and supporters. Some decisions were widely accepted under the current laws, while others generated discussion about consistency and interpretation. Such debates are now a regular feature of elite rugby, demonstrating how closely every refereeing decision is examined in modern test matches. Technology has also changed the way these incidents are handled. The television match official, commonly known as the TMO, now plays a significant role in reviewing potentially dangerous tackles, foul play, and other important moments. Supporters appreciate the additional accuracy that video technology can provide, but some critics believe lengthy reviews can interrupt the rhythm of the game and shift too much attention toward officiating rather than open play. Finding the right balance between accurate decision-making and maintaining the natural flow of rugby continues to be one of the sport's biggest challenges. For World Rugby, these discussions represent an opportunity rather than simply criticism. The organization regularly reviews laws, gathers feedback from coaches, referees, players, and medical experts, and evaluates whether adjustments are needed as the sport continues to evolve. Rugby has changed many times throughout its history, introducing new interpretations and technologies to improve both safety and the viewing experience. Any future changes to disciplinary procedures would almost certainly follow extensive consultation, research, and testing before being considered for elite competitions. One important point raised throughout the conversation is that fairness can be viewed in different ways. Some believe fairness means applying the laws consistently regardless of the consequences. Others believe fairness also includes ensuring that a single moment does not disproportionately decide an entire contest. Both viewpoints have valid arguments, which explains why this issue continues to generate thoughtful discussion rather than simple agreement or disagreement. Players themselves are also adapting to the evolving standards. Coaches now spend significant training time focusing on tackle height, body position, and decision-making under pressure. Teams understand that avoiding penalties and cards has become just as important as executing attacking moves or winning possession. Discipline has effectively become another tactical element of international rugby, influencing selection, coaching methods, and match preparation. As rugby continues to grow around the world, maintaining trust in both the laws and those who enforce them remains essential. Supporters want to see exciting, competitive matches where skill, teamwork, and determination remain the defining factors. At the same time, they also expect the sport to prioritize player welfare and respond responsibly to modern safety concerns. Achieving both objectives is never simple, but it is a challenge that every major sport continues to face as rules evolve alongside the game itself. Whether World Rugby ultimately decides to review the current sanctioning system or maintain the existing approach, the debate started by experienced figures such as Ewan McKenzie and Sir Steve Hansen is likely to continue. Their comments have encouraged a broader conversation about how rugby can preserve its physical intensity while ensuring that the outcome of great test matches reflects the quality of the players on the field as much as possible. As future international fixtures unfold, every yellow card, every TMO review, and every crucial refereeing decision will continue to be closely examined, making this one of the most important